What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here, welcome back to week 2 of building RueCatto. Now I'm super excited to be getting into this episode as I've got something awesome planned and we're going to be doing a little bit more than we did last week. So let's hop straight into it and we'll see what we're up to. So taking a look at our plan, in last week's episode we built this square right here so we can check it off from the rest of the build list. So in this week's video we're going to be building 2 squares and we're going to be building the 2 squares on the left just above the one that we did in last week's episode. This means we're going to have a little bit more on our plate. On top of that you're going to be able to see a larger building or a larger structure, which is super exciting, so you guys can get a general idea of what's going to be happening with the rest of the build. So let's just hop straight into a build discussion and we'll talk about what new pieces we're adding to our build selection. So like I said, we've got a few new pieces that we're going to be including in today's video. So we've got the brown piece that we're going to be using for like any kind of flower beds. We're going to continue to use the trans yellow piece for lights and stuff like that. On top of that we've got the sand blue for some kind of doors, as well as a ton of plants. Like I said in the previous video, we're going to be doing plants in this week, so we're going to try and attempt and do one of the trees from the actual design that we did. So hopefully it should turn out quite nicely. We've got a few different orange pieces to give a little bit of texture and contrast to one another. But now we're going to hop straight into a time lapse. You guys can watch me build, so let's go. Okay, so we're going to take a little pause in the time lapse and I'm going to show you what I explained in last week's video. Now I've got 2 sections here of the mock, and basically all I'm doing is adding a ton of technic bricks and technic pins to allow me to disconnect and reconnect each individual section. Now this allows me to take it apart easily and store it, as well as if need be I can transport it if the time arises or if it's necessary. So this is really useful and really handy, and it also allows me to continue building it section by section so you guys can get a fun and enjoyable experience while watching. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly explain that and we'll hop straight back into the time lapse and you guys can continue watching me build. Okay, and this is us finished. Now I'm going to give you guys a 360 so you guys can get a clear overall view, so you guys can see all the details that this mock has to offer. Now this section is amazing and I'm so happy I've built it. There's so much involved in this build and it looks incredible. The elevations are awesome, but I just wanted to say, if you have made it this far into the video and you do like what you see, then please consider liking, sharing and subscribing, as it really does help me out. And go check out last week's episode where we built the first segment. Now we're going to hop straight into the overall build where we're going to just review it and see what I thought. And now I'm really happy with how this build turned out, and I'm super happy with how I utilised the technic bricks within the actual building itself to make it a lot more stronger and to make it a lot more secure. And the good thing is I can use a technic brick to easily separate the 2 segments, which is really useful and really brilliant to have. Now I used red technic bricks within the actual structures, so I can just basically easily see where I'm connecting the pins, which makes it really useful. You can also see a bit of snot technique involved in the roof. Now I'm a bit of a donut and I forgot that I can use filler brick within the actual building itself, so as you can see I realised that halfway through and I started using grey. So I'm going to be doing that from now on in the future, as it basically reduces the amount of pieces that I have to use when building, which is a really useful thing to include. Now, like I said, the red Technic bricks are really useful. It allows me to see where I'm connecting. But like I said, I'm super happy with how this technique turned out, and it makes it super strong as well. And as you can see, there's another bit there for when I make the next segment, as there's going to be another staircase going along the side there. Now the tree looks awesome. I've done some really cool techniques to make the tree look brilliant. I've included different colours and different shades of leaves and studded flower pieces, which makes it look so much better. I'm going to get some flower pins so I can just slot it into the leaves as well, just to give it a little bit more texture, as I don't have them yet. Now I've improved on the window design that I've used as well, including some snot technique and some tiles, just to make it look a little bit more flush, so I'm not having to use Technic bricks or Technic pins to hold it all together. Now if you do like this video, please like, share and subscribe, as I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in next week's video. It's going to be awesome, so stick around and we'll find out.